This interview is being conducted for the Veterans History Project at the Library of Congress. This is T.J. Bransom, who was born on June 3rd, 1921. He served in the U.S. Army, and he served in the North African and European theater of World War II. He is with us at the Burleson Public Library in Burleson, Texas. Mr. Bransom, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
Let's start with some just very simple questions. Where were you before the war? Where were you born and raised?
Well, practically I was right across the street here. I was living in Burleson by the old high school.
Okay. And what did your parents do? What was your family like?
My dad was a cattle trader, and my mother, of course, was just a housewife.
Did you have any siblings, or?
I had two sisters. One was 5 years younger than me, one 6 years older than me, and both of them are still living.
Okay. Well, what kind of schooling did you have? What kind of education or occupation did you have before the war?
Well, I went to school about 12 years, never did graduate.
How did you end up getting into the Army?
Well, I would have never got in the Army had I not been drafted.
And were you drafted following Pearl Harbor, or?
I was drafted August 8, 1942.
Okay. Did you have any choice of which branch you went into, or did they?
Army. Yes.
And what kind of training did you go through?
Well, I went to Fort Walters for training, and about the second day, I don't know whether I broke my left ankle or what, but I never did take any more training. I stayed in my room all the time till I was shipped out down to Louisiana on maneuvers. The company I went into from Fort Walters was already established. It was a mobile shower unit, and we followed the heavy artillery. But I stayed there on maneuvers until the next summer. No, until winter, and then I went to Fort Shelby, Mississippi.
Okay.
Stayed there till I went into the Army. Into overseas.
Now you said mobile showers. What is that?
At that particular time, we had a huge truck that opened up on each side and had showers on it. They were established for it, set up close to the front, where all of the men could come back and take a shower and change their clothes. And it had a sterilization unit with it in this truck, but it was steam sterilization. And we found out that when the ODs and things were sterilized, it'd shrink them up. So they converted that, got rid of that, and got a one they could set up out in the field with the heads and so forth on it. We always had to set up by creek and to draw water out of it.
So your role before you went overseas was to be a part of these mobile showers, or to?
Well, we also had clothing there. They would issue the clothing to the soldiers as they came back from the front or from the artillery, whatever they were in. But we stayed close to the front as possible.
These maneuvers, how many men were involved, or?
That we had in our company, probably I can't remember, but I'd say probably 200.
As part of a larger overall group, or?
No, that was
Just
a total group.
Okay.
I can't say for sure, but my job was issuing clothing and just doing whatever was necessary.
How did you find out you were going overseas?
Well, you find out pretty quick whenever you make a determination that you're going. We left Camp Shelby, was in the summertime, went to New York, fully dressed in ODs. I don't know where then we went to North Africa.
Mm-hmm. Well, what happened when you first reached North Africa?
Well, we got off the boat and during an air raid, and all tried to find cover.